Alright, this is the first time I'm making one of these videos, so hopefully I do it good. I'm going to test and review some BCW products. But first, let's get that intro. Intro, take 473. Cue music. Cue coins. Yeah. Alright, awesome. Now pick them up, I'm not rich. And if you do decide to shop for coin collecting supplies, trading card, comic book, and other collecting memorabilia supplies over at BCW, use the code ATOG at checkout and you will receive 10% off of your purchase. And every time you use that code, a little bit goes to help support this channel. So thank you very much. Link and details in the description below. Thank you. Before we begin, I do need to mention that BCW did provide me with some of these products for free for the purpose of this review. I have not been paid for this review, nor have I been asked for any preferential treatment. All opinions in this review are mine and mine alone. So let's get to testing, and we'll break these down and show you how they're used, and probably give you some ideas of what to use for, and then do some standard and some unstandard testing. We'll see how this thing goes. And if you would like a chance to win a bag of samples from me of the leftovers that I have from BCW, drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought of the review and or the products. Please also drop a comment on each of the videos that I've done for this review of BCW products, and in a week I will select one winner from each video to receive a sample package of products from me. It'll be one winner per sample product, so that way more people have a chance to win. But do leave a comment on each of the videos so you have more chances to win. Thank you very much. Let's get on with the reviews. The product everyone's been waiting for, the coin flips. This is probably what most people are going to use the most of with coin collecting. So let me pull some of these out and we'll take a look and see about their qualities and stuff. Okay, so I lost some footage. My camera ran out of room. So lost about 5 minutes of footage. These pill and stick are a little bit thinner, but they seem to seal pretty well. I've never owned or purchased any of the pill and stick, the self-adhesive ones. I've always been reluctant to, I didn't want this to sit in storage or wherever and the adhesive to go bad and come apart. You peel off the pill sticker, which is not the easiest to peel off. Here we'll to get started. Then you can put the coin on either side and you fold it over and give it a press. And it is sealed. As for the $50 ones, you have to put your coin in, and you put staples. You can put as many staples as you feel like you want to. Some people do 3, some people do 4, some people do more, some people do them whatever range you want. It's all up to you. This isn't completely sealed, but the staples will hold this closed and are not going to just randomly come undone, which is what I'm worried about these. Again, that might take a long time to do. to come undone. So like I said, I've never used these peel and sticks, so I don't know how well they will hold up to time. So I've got some of these. The only problem I have with these here is if you look, there's not much of a gap between the coin and the size of the hole. I wish there was a slight more of a gap, maybe a millimeter or two, probably about a millimeter more, on these peel and sticks. You can see that there is a bit more of a gap there. So you can get it more in the middle easier and don't have to worry about the cardboard kind of smushing up against the coin, or if the coin moves a little bit while you're stapling it, it kind of gets under the cardboard and you have to give it a little wiggle or push to get it into the center of the circle. That's just one of the things that I wish the BCW ones had going for it. Not that I'm complaining by any means, but I did wish that there was a little more of a gap. Now, there are some cheaper companies out there, and you can see that the cheaper ones are a lot thinner. They do look a bit more similar to the same size thickness as these peel and sticks. Yep. So it's the same size thickness as the peel and seal ones. But I do use these BCW ones because the cardboard is thicker, it is more sturdy. These cheaper ones, little bend, and boom, it's bent. They rip and tear easy, and a lot of them, when I tried to flip them and seal, they would still a little crooked, and you would have to force them to fold the right way and staple them down. So those cheap ones are cheap. They do the job as cheap as possible. I do like the bit more sturdier protection of the cardboard, the stiffer, thicker cardboard here. One of the things I've always worried about with these, and I've never got them, is say if you got your coin here and you go to put it on there, oh no, my quarter slipped and I got it in the sticky. It did not stick to the coin, so that's good. Let's see. I'll push it on it really well. Nope, did not stick to the coin, so that's good. So I'll put it in, seal it, and boom, sealed. This is one, I think this is the first one I sealed. Let's see if I can pull this one open. Now, opening these, you could just peel them apart and have the plastic stuck to it. I got the cardboard, so it is still in the plastic. So the plastic stuck. Nice, that's good. It does stick pretty well. That's good. One of the problems I did have with some of these, especially the nickel size, is when I would put it in and I would go to staple it, sometimes the coin would stick up, like this one did, and poke out the plastic. So it's one of the drawbacks I came across. And I will say it was only with the nickels that I noticed it the most with. I think I did a quarter here and there, but it was mostly nickel, so it might have just been the nickel batch I got. And that wouldn't happen if you had a little bit more of a gap around, instead of being exact hole measurements. Because when you got the exact hole measurements, it pushes on the plastic a little too much, it could pop the plastic. These are just things that I've known by using the BCW ones. But yep, I do stick to these because they are the nicest, thickest, strongest, sturdiest ones. You have to really bend them out of shape. How should I test these? Hammer's not going to work because it'll just smack the coin. Cardboard is cardboard. So, nope. All right, so the main issue you're going to have with the staples is with a staple getting loose, or if you're not using flat staples, which you should be, and I have a link to a stapler and some staples down in the description that I use, is possibly the staples could pop up and scratch the coin. I really don't want to scratch the coins because I prefer not to damage coins if I can help it. If you have all of these, you shouldn't have staples. Now I have seen people use these, and once they get it sealed, this is the one that I ripped over, but once it's sealed, put one staple in there so it holds it closed. You don't have to have a stapler, you don't have to have staples for these. So there are benefits to weigh when you're choosing what you want to use, what you don't want to use. For the sake of science and review, I'm gonna dunk these really quick. This is a bit extreme. The most you're probably gonna spill your soda on these, but this is going a little farther. I'm gonna give these a quick dunk and pull them out and see how it ends up. All right, here we go. We'll do one at a time. Quick dunk. Pat it dry with the towel. See, it appears that the quarter is dry inside there. I don't see any liquid inside there. But that was a quick dunk. The cardboard held up pretty nicely, and because the adhesive should seal 360, this should be pretty sealed. You see the top of the cardboard here where it's folded and it splits a little bit more. It's kind of curling a little bit. Let's try this one. Stapled. All right, let's dry it off. All right, so the cardboard, the thicker cardboard one, the stapled one, you can see how it kind of soaked up the water quickly around where all the cardboard is open. I do not see any water inside there, so that is good. But this is really flimsy and can be torn easily now. But if you do have a drink close by, keep it away from your coins and not right next to where you will top it on there. Let's see if I can think up another test for these though. I've got a few more inch slips. So let me see if I can come up with another test. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what other extreme test I could do for these. They are cardboard, so not much I can do with a hammer, so maybe that's it for the testing. Oh no! I dropped my chili dog. Ah, I dropped the cupcake. Oh hey, there's some crackers. Rice Krispie treat. A little sprinkle go on top. All right. Oh, what was I thinking? Oh, let me clean up this mess and we'll check on these coins. What in the world was I thinking here? Okay, so the only way I could really clean these off was to rinse them off with some water, and the coins were protected, although I'm gonna have to pull them out of these flips because they do have some water damage on them now, and it's probably not good for the coins to sit in. So we'll call this a pass. I guess. And and we'll call this a public service announcement. Don't eat food over your coins. Bad things might happen. All right, now to break down the pros and cons for the peel and seal 2x2s. No staples or stapler are required to seal. This can be a benefit at times, especially if you're traveling and you have some 2x2s to put some coins in. If you pick up some coins, you don't have to worry about a stapler or staples. You could use some plastic 2x2 flips to stick them in, but those aren't completely sealed. They should be airtight when sealed. And I did put an asterisk next to this because if there is for any reason any gaps or any failures in any of the adhesive, or you don't press down fully all around, say you miss a whole side of pressing down when you press it and seal, there could be a gap. And when you do put your coins in, the adhesive doesn't stick to coins. That was a nice feature that I didn't realize before testing these out. Let's move on to some of the cons. These are made with thinner cardboard than the standard 2x2s, so they are a bit more flexible and can get bent a little bit easier. These do have an increased cost over the standard cardboard 2x2s. And this final one, I have the worry of the adhesive degrading or failing over time, which would cause the 2x2s to open and possibly causing issues with the coins sliding out or whatever. This is just a personal, I put asterisks here because this is just a personal worry. I've never used these before, so I can't say for sure how long these would last and if they would fail over time. So that's a possible con, something you might want to think about. So if you do use these, do keep an eye on them over time. Now, what would you use these for? These are great for basic level coin protection and storage, just like the staple 2x2s, but these can be airtight, and it should be the cheapest way to seal a single coin airtight unless the adhesive doesn't completely seal or fail. So I will give these a grade of A-. They are very nice. They do work very well. They could be improved a little, maybe a thicker cardboard. Otherwise, these do the job that you want them to do. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the cardboard 2x2s that require staples. For the pros, these are thick, sturdy cardboard and will provide a greater level of protection over the thinner, cheaper versions, and even the thinner peel and seal 2x2s. The staples will hold the 2x2s together permanently, provided that you use a sturdy staple and you make sure that the staples are in all the way. These are by far the cheapest way to protect and store a single coin, and these do protect coins well from minor spills, fingerprints, and other issues that might arise. Now going into the cons, these are not airtight, so moisture and air will seep in through the gaps and through the staple holes. And staples can rust over time and can damage and scratch coins, especially when trying to open up the 2x2s and pull the coins out, or when stacked up against each other if you're not using a flat staple, which would minimize any damage from staples from the cards in front pressing or scratching against the 2x2s behind it. One of the things that I particularly don't like about these is the windows are the exact size, which can cause problems when placing coins inside. Yes, it does kind of look nice to have the coin the exact size of the window, the cutout, but that can cause the windows to rip when placing in there, and if the coin slides even just a hair while you're stapling, um, the coin will be outside of the window area and you have to maneuver it to get it back in the window. Now, what would you use these for? These are the best protection level compared by cost to any other product. Um, these are probably the most used product on the market and the most used that most people will see. Well, let's talk about a grade. I give these an A minus. Now, in my opinion, if the cutout windows were a slight bit bigger and that would alleviate some of the problems, this would be a solid A, in my opinion. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video and this whole video series. This did take me a whole lot more work than I'm used to with editing and video editing and all that stuff. So I do hope that you did enjoy it. Um, and remember, enter to win by leaving a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.